Man, this is crazy. Look at all those ants. So we were having a problem with one of our chicken fences. It wasn't creating a shock. We use electrified netting here from Premier One. And this is one of the solar energizers that we use with it. And come to find out, the energizer was the problem. So we brought the energizer over here, and then I looked at it and opened it up, and it was like ants all over it and inside of it too. So just left it out, let the ants kind of go wherever they went, and it actually rained here too and just spread the ants out even more and made it clean for me. But come to find out, the reason the fence was not being electrified was because of the battery. Somehow the little prong there that goes to where the connector connects on, well, it's broken off right there. Not sure if you can see it, but there's one that is connected, but this one just broke off. So had to buy a new one. Bought a new one. Now we're gonna hook it back up. We should be good to go. And also the ants are gone. I must admit, this isn't my favorite energizer to use. There's actually a better one that we get from Premier One that's so much better.
Please look inside of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So still kind of dirty in here. So get a brush and brush it out. And actually, I think there are just a couple ants in there, but it definitely looks better than it did. And, oh, look at there. That fell out of there, didn't it, Micah?
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
That's a whole little bunch of blob of ants right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's coming down.
Yeah.
Hey, I got this.
That will be perfect for brushing it out. Yuck, yuck, yuck. It's crazy how they got all in there and did that. It was all closed up. They found their way in. Man, and it still looks like there's more ants in there. Looks like they're inside of it even more. Inside of where the panel is. I don't know if you guys have to deal with fire ants where you live, but we do here, and they're quite a pain. So I don't really remember them growing up here. I think they've kind of just been gradually taking over this area. But they're a pain. Literally. They bite, sting, whatever they do, and it can hurt.
Them do hurt.
They do hurt. I don't want to mess up anything on the inside. Quite a mess here. Alrighty, still more stuff in there. How am I gonna get this? Check this out. Look at that. There's still more ants in there.
Yuck.
Even around this is just crazy. Ants everywhere in there.
Daddy, I think you didn't have to buy a new one. I think them took over it.
They did take over, it looks like. Man, this is just crazy. Now, I normally deal with fire ants like this. But I can't use a flame weeder right here on our energizer, so I'm gonna have to try to disconnect this part right here that they're attached to. Look at that, they're even right in there. That's just crazy. So I need to get in here and attach this right here. Hopefully they don't start going after me, getting all over me. I don't even know if I can do this. Let's see here. We'll have to give it a shot. Come on now. So now that we got it disconnected, this part we can't get wet. This part is very, very important to our energizer here, our solar panel. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that quite yet. And then this part right here, let's see here. Just gonna do.
It's not important.
Oh, we'll just bang it out like that. All these tiny little nuisances. See, are there any more down in there? Probably. Yep. Got a lot of them out, but not all of them. So I have an idea of how we can get the rest of them out. See if we can get them out of here. So I think it's all cleaned out now. I don't see really any more ants, and man, were they in there. Still not really sure what we're gonna do about that other piece over there. All the components, can't get it wet like I did this one. Oops, sound like a screw that I missed in there. There. There it is. Little tiny piece right there. Alright, so I'm still not completely sure what to do about our part here with the major components on it. I can try tapping it off, especially the ones right here with the all near the electrical gear. But see if we can at least bang some of these other ones off or sweep it off. Now see that? Alright. Find you another hole. This ain't a good one. May have been a good one, but it's not for me. Not a good one for us, is it? Let's see. There we go. Yeah, we can pull this. That one came out. Let's see here. Does this one come out? Yeah. There we go. But we can't disconnect from here. Oh, I think the actual panel will come out too. Let's see here. Get the panel out. Oh, we got it. We'll just take this over here in a covered area so it doesn't get messed up. We don't want this getting wet at all. Alright. So, just need to spray this off. Too. See here. Yep, just about there. And now that I'm looking at this thing, it's like, am I going to be able to put this back together the way it was supposed to go? We'll just have to see. In the meantime, I'm just going to set to the side, and hopefully those ants that are still on the components from the inside will gradually just kind of leave. That would be great. And I need to be, if they don't, I need to be coming up with some kind of plan to get them off of that. They need to be off of it. But in the meantime, we got some other things we need to do. Pins. So we have a couple of different flocks of chickens. And this flock right here is one that is kind of like our food scraps chicken flock. That's right near our house, and we can just come right outside and feed them any of the food scraps and things that we have. But one problem that we are having here in this area is there's some gaps under the fence, and let me show you. Like right here, and what's happening with that gap is we're having some escapees, especially our Muscovy ducks, and we have really limited number of those. So we really want them to stay in the fence so nothing happens to them. So we're gonna fix that problem.
I already got a pin.
All right, can you bring the pin bucket over here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what we're gonna do is take one of our pins, and the fence, the netting here, the major parts that are electrified are the horizontal ones. The vertical ones are not, but the last strand is also not electrified. So you can take a metal pin, just put it right here at the bottom, and then it'll push those gaps closed. All right, Micah, so let's go around the fence and let's look for where gaps may be, and let's put pins there.
Yes, old Daddy.
Go and put some right under there. Right here, the gap. Earlier I talked about an energizer that I like much better than the one that the ants are all in, and that's the one we have right here from Premier One. And this solar Intel shock is definitely my favorite one. It's really good. You can move the energizer around, and it's not really a place that the ants can get in because it's sealed up really, really good.
I found one here.
All right, go ahead and put it in.
Yes, sir.
Good job. Let's go ahead and put at least another 1 or 2 here. So here we have an extra gap based on the way that the land kind of dips.
I can do it with my hands.
Yep, sometimes you can just push them right in. Now in the warmer months, we move our flocks of chickens around to various areas so that way they could eat fresh grass and bugs. But during the winter months, when none of that stuff's really growing, we typically keep them in the same area and just add fresh mulch and bedding to the area to keep sanitized. And looks like we need to do that right now. Add some more in. Hadn't done this in a while, and I forgot that it takes 15 shovelfuls on each side to fill up the bucket. And the reason why I alternate sides is so that way I work my body equally, so that way I don't create an imbalance. A lot of times we just overwork one side of our body and tend to underwork the other, and it creates an imbalance in our bodies, and we tend to have injuries and various problems. So it's good to make sure that you work both sides of the body. Hey Josiah, could you go ahead and get a bow rake for us?
Yes.
Whew. Well, that's that. I went ahead and put that cedar log there just because that's right along the fence where we were putting the pins in, and the reason why we needed the pins there is because the ground was dipping down because of the way that the property sloped. It looks like the water was just washing things that way. So hopefully the cedar log will help kind of keep things there a little bit more, and we can just continue to add some mulch on top of that. And in this area that we're using here for our chickens is multi-purposes. Yes, we have the chickens here to provide them an area, but they're also right near our house. So right when we have food scraps and things like that that we can give to the chicken, it's so convenient at this time of year to have to come out instead of having to go way far away in the cold to bring them scraps. We just come right outside the door and then give them our scraps. And then we have another flock of chickens that are in another area, and that's mostly that's the area where the energizer was with all the ants in it, and that flock is for helping make compost and things like that for us. And in speaking of that energizer, let's go see if the ants have come off the internal components yet of that energizer. All right, what do we have here? Any ants still on here? Looks like they've mostly moved on. Nope, still have some there. While I was shoveling there and moving that mulch around, I came up with an idea. So let's try something here. That did it. All right. Now that we have this thing apart, let's see if I can actually remember how to put it back together. Oh man. So I do remember that this solar part, well, let's wipe that off a little bit more too while we're at it. Man, they did a good job dirtying things up. That should go. Let's see here. We got back up here with me. Let's see here. Let's go like that. I know this part, this component part has to go something like this. So, let's see here. Yeah, like that, then like that, then like that. So it's gotta get in here somehow. Let's see here. Come on. What am I doing wrong? Go in your home. There we go. Woo, got that part. Just have to see about that. But I do know that these pieces, bolts, here, here, there, I'm assuming. And then there. Am I doing that right?
Those pieces probably go
Underneath there.
through them somehow.
Alright. Like that. Then like that.
And then that can
There
go
we
there.
go. So I need backup here.
Does it turn a different
And
way
it
though?
goes right in that slot. In that slot, just like that. And then these go on here. Keep everything in there. That's how that works. Let's see here.
Did it go all the way down?
Nope, can't do that because we need our other pieces on there. Alright, getting ahead of myself.
Sorry, I wasn't with you whenever you took it apart.
Need these. These are really important.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one goes onto the fence, make it hot, and this one's the ground here. Green like grass. And it goes bloop, like
There
that.
you go. I was wondering what went in that little spot.
And then bloop, like that. Put that in there. There we go. Like that. Part I'm not 100% sure on, but we'll give it a shot. So we're gonna put this piece on here. I'm assuming you go like this. Let's see here.
How you get your wires not smushed?
Huh.
They come up through there.
Well, that's where the bolt goes.
No?
All right, let's see on here. Let's see what it looks like. From some videos that I recorded earlier of taking it apart. Okay, all right, all right.
Okay.
So these are on. Come right off. Good thing I had that video. When I first started looking into this thing and I saw the ants, I didn't plan on taking the whole thing apart. So I would have paid a little bit more careful attention to what I was doing. All right, so these come off. All right. And then this goes on. Let's see here.
Wait. You're gonna mess it up. That has to fit right there. And you're gonna cut your wire right there if you don't make it where the wire lines up there. These are on backwards.
Okay. There we go, that sinks down better. And then this is our protector here, guard. So we're not smashing it in. This thing goes here. Pull it up. There we go. That sinks down like that. And then these go to the top here. Like that. Screws in. Alright, I'm not getting me a flathead. Also go ahead and plug this in. There we go. That's in there.
There's your Phillips head.
Oh, that's actually what I needed. Thank you. We'll tighten this down. Actually, we're not going to go too crazy because we need to actually make sure that things work properly. So before I start putting every single screw in, super tight. Let's at least make sure it works.
You gonna test it on yourself?
Yep, I'm gonna shock it. See the way to do this. Connect these here. Goes like that. And what do you know? This is broken. Alright, so the first thing we'll do is we need to cut this old terminal connector off.
With old scissors.
Let's get this back. If you don't mind doing that for me, and I'll get our terminal connectors ready. Oh, some pretty neat earrings you got there.
Oh, thank you.
Where'd you get those from?
They're from our friends, the Rohrmans. They
Got
started
some
their own business.
goats on there, right?
Yeah, I got goats, and I got chicken ones, and I got flower ones, and they're really cool. And bee ones too. And if you're interested, I'll leave the link in the show notes below so you can check out all that they have. Because their kids make them, and their kids also make handmade spoons and stuff and scoops, which are really cool. And I think it's great that it's a family business.
That is cool.
So
Always a huge fan of that.
yeah, I'll make sure all of y'all can see everything they do too. Okay. I don't want to cut it, I just want to strip it.
That's always the most delicate part. Making sure you don't cut the wire.
Is that why you're giving it to me?
Yep. There's been a lot of frustrations of cutting wire.
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
Let's see, I'm just gonna glance at it. See, we're just about there, just a little bit of red left, and then I could just pull it right off just like that. Alrighty, and we take our connector here, slide it in there into the terminal. Then let's see, yep, it's in there. And then now we have to clamp it. I guess that's how you pronounce that word. Want this thing right to or not? I'm using it. Just like that. I think we got it in there.
Okay.
Alright. Battery up here. There. Let's see what this does. Woo!
Green light, that's a good sign.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I was pretty nervous. I still don't understand exactly how the component connects to the switch in there, so I was like, please work, please work. I hear it ticking there, so that's good.
Yeah, don't be touching the green one over there, or the red one actually.
Now let's get this thing plugged up outside and ready to go. Oh, actually, let's get all the rest of the screws in there. Almost forgot about that.
Dead ants. It's a whole bundle of dead ants. That's so crazy.
It sure is. That's just a sample right there. You missed all the fun.
No, I don't like fire ants, so I'm glad I got out of that one.
You want to see these, Micah? Check out these dead ants right here.
Look at there.
Don't go eating it now.
You want some?
See, we finally got it all done, buddy.
All because of my help with this one.
You did help. Thank you. Energizer. Bang! There we go. Back in action. I decided to go ahead and put it on this rod right here to act as a ground rod and to get the Energizer off the ground. So hopefully no more ants. And you can actually adjust it too, according to where the sun is. There we go.